Hello, welcome to Chocolate Good Games. Just finished. West Ham United 1, Bayer Leverkusen 1. I am a mixture of emotions right now. I am gutted. I'm frustrated. But I'm also proud. And I'm just gutted for the boys, actually. They left everything on that pitch tonight. I guess it's all we ask, isn't it? Just give 100% for the badge, for the team, for each other, for the fans, for the club. And I think they did that tonight. I thought they gave absolutely everything. And we're unlucky not to win the match. And, you know, the first half I thought was absolutely perfect from us. It was a stunning first 45 minutes from West Ham. But ultimately, a similar scenario to the first leg, a similar story. The bench was a significant difference. It was a huge difference over in Germany with Hoffman and Boniface coming on. There was a huge difference again tonight. There are lots of options, our very little options, and it's ended up costing us, I believe, because I think for 45 minutes tonight we were absolutely fantastic, and we were unlucky to only be 1-0 up at half-time. But anyway, we're going to discuss the highlights, and I'm going to talk you through my range of emotions as we go. But I'm a bit downbeat, actually. I'm a bit gutted, but very proud of what I've just seen from the players tonight. I thought it was a real spirited effort. We were brilliant. We were fantastic for 45 minutes. And the second half was just energy. It was just a lack of energy. That's the only reason we've not gone through tonight, just purely due to lack of options and the lack of energy. And there's obviously a correlation between the both as well. As I get onto it, please do drop a like on the video by clicking the thumbs up. Really helps us out. Charlie just got 1,000 likes on the watch along, which is fantastic. And well played. Charlie does a really good job doing the watch along, so I'm pleased for him. So we can get a similar amount on here. That would be good. And also subscribe to YouTube Hammers Chats. Can we get 30,000 subscribers tonight, tomorrow? That's bit of a big ask, isn't it? But if you're new, please do subscribe. Right, let's talk about the game. I thought we started fantastic. I thought we were absolutely came out the traps, bang, straight on it. First couple of minutes, some good crosses, some good tackles from both teams going in. The tempo was high, the energy was high. I was loving it. And after 30 minutes, Michail Antonio with the goal. Superb. That cross from Jeremie Frimpong. Just delicious. It couldn't be better. It could not be better. In swinging cross from Jeremie Frimpong, the height, the power, the curl, everything was perfection from Jeremie Frimpong. All Antonio had to do was beat his man to it and just glance it into the back of the net. Did it superb. 1-0 West Ham. And it feels weird saying after 13 minutes we deserve to be 1-0 up. I thought we did. I thought we did deserve to be 1-0 up after 13 minutes. And we were unlucky not to go 2-0 up as well. We continued. The tactics were bang on. The tempo was bang on. Every player was up for it. We were fantastic in that first 45 minutes. We kept on going. We kept on going. And we should have been 2-0 up. Jeremie Frimpong had an incredible chance at the back post. Lovely ball in by Caduce. Just evades everybody. Jeremie Frimpong on the right-footed volley. It's a really good save. And it's one of them, Bowen could have the same shot, the same chance another 4 times, and he'd probably score all 4 of them. It's one of them, you get on target, you've got a bloody good chance of scoring from that distance, and the keeper's just got to fling himself across the goal and hope it hits him. He gets lucky. Bowen gets unlucky, depends what you want to say. But I think, we kept on going. Antonio had another header. We were creating enough chances in that first half. The ball was pinging about the box. Alvarez got laid off to Alvarez, took a shot, hit Antonio on the bum. I think the keeper might have had it covered, but we were creating stuff. We were going at it. And every 5 minutes in the first half, I was getting more and more belief. We were 1-0 up, and I thought, we're going to do this. We're actually going to do this. We're going to qualify for the semi-finals. It kicked off in the first half. I absolutely loved it. I'm not going to lie. Seeing Billy McKinley sticking it on those coaches and Xabi Alonso's dugout, Antonio giving it large to Jonathan Tah. Big fan, loved it, bring it on, got the atmosphere, I say up, it kept the atmosphere really high. That's what I want to see, that aggression. We've been bullied far too many times this season. Bristol City in the FA Cup was pathetic. It was just an attitude issue. There was none of that tonight. I thought we were absolutely fantastic in the first half. Whatever Moyes and Zuma said in the changing room, do it again, please, because they came out and they were ready for it. And there was elements of me, like when Agard was injured, for example, just now and again, not often, but now and again, I've sat there thinking, where was this in the first leg? Where's this been for large parts of this season? Because we were that good. I was blown away for 45 minutes, but that's the problem. I was blown away for 45 minutes only. Went in at half time. I was thinking, in a weird way, I'll be honest. I'm not going to lie and pretend I didn't think this. At the time, I was thinking it's possibly a silver lining that we're not 2-0 up, because if we were 2-0 up, we'd come out and defend, and that would cause us problems. So I thought, 1-0 up only, we've got no option but to come out. All the pressure is on Xabi Alonso. He's had to make a sub in the first half. He's had to take Kasunu off because he was rattled. Leverkusen were rattled in the first half. The players were rattled. They couldn't get the ball down and play it. Xabi Alonso was rattled. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to handle us. We were that good. They had to make a sub, and their manager looked not happy at that touchline. They were spooked. We had them on the ropes at the half. Come out the second half, and I was a little bit disappointed by sort of the lower tempo from us. Now, obviously, Xabi Alonso made changes, bringing Frimpong on, pushing Grimaldo up, and they went sort of 4-3-3. Stanisic and Hincapié playing full-backs now, and they really stretched the final third of the pitch. Grimaldo and Frimpong were sticking out wide, pushing Soufal and Creswell back. Soufal and Creswell could not get out over half in the second half. First half, they were getting down that side somewhat responsibly. They weren't going bang, 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 overlapping all the time, but they were getting forward and supporting Bowen and Cadusa, allowing them to cut in field. Grimaldo and Frimpong pinned them two back in the second half, and they just could not get out of our half. I thought Xabi Alonso's tactical tweaks at half-time was brilliant. It completely stifled us. But as the second half went on, you could see the energy draining from our boys. Alvarez looked knackered. Ward-Prowse, who, by the way, best performance I've ever seen him play, and I include a Southampton shirt. That first half from Ward-Prowse was exceptional, absolutely fantastic. But the second half, he was running after it. They'd play it around him, and he would just stop. And he was knackered. It wasn't an attitude problem. He would just go as if there was nothing there. And then there's one man in the middle. We're going to discuss him later on. I'm going to stick to the game itself. Then we'll discuss the referee, because I don't want to blame just him, although he did have a big part to play tonight, and he shouldn't do. I don't like referees that have a big part to play. You should not be anonymous. The best referees are the ones you don't notice. They're the best ones. You notice this guy, these wonky nose anyway. But as that second half wore on, it felt inevitable because we needed to make subs, but there was none. I was thinking, who do I want to come on? I thought, well, there isn't anybody. Cornet maybe, Johnson for fresh legs, but the drop in quality between the first 11 and the bench is significant, and Leverkusen don't have that. Leverkusen brought on Boniface and Frimpong. He still had Hoffman sat there if he felt like he needed him. If he needed another attacking option, he ended up bringing Adley on, but Hoffman was there as well. And the squad depth between the two was on display. The second half, I thought Leverkusen's tactics were bang on. They did what they did to us in the first leg, just wore us down, kept the ball, knocked the ball, just tire us out. And what we had going for us in the first half, that energy, the tactics were right, but the energy was high, the pressing was high. I thought in the second half, Leverkusen just nullified that, said, we're just going to drain you of what you've got, and we're just going to stop you doing what you're doing. And what was working for us in the first half, we just couldn't get it going in the second half. I was waiting for subs. I didn't know. In the end, I was thinking, can we get Cornet on the left and put Cadusa in number 10? Because I thought Ward-Prowse was tiring, and I thought Alvarez was shattered. But there was no subs. The subs came very, very late. Cornet and Johnson coming on. But it was just too little too late from us, and too little on the bench. But the changes we did make, it was done with a hope and a prayer more than belief. When Alonso makes his subs, I'm pretty sure he's quite confident they're going to go on and make a difference. When Moyes makes his subs, I wouldn't believe anybody when they say, yeah, Moyes is confident Cornet is going to come on and make a difference, because, well, you look at historically, well, he's never used him before. So Moyes threw him on just out of blind hope, and he had to. With 10, 15 minutes to go, it's all you can do. It's all you can offer. Just chuck a player on. Was it 83 minutes, I think, our subs came? So 10 minutes, including stoppage. It's not enough to make a difference. I thought Cornet had a bit of energy about him, don't get me wrong, but it was just far too little too late. And that's what's left me feeling disappointed. Now, they went on to equalise, which was probably deserved in the balance of things. You know, Frimpong he was one-on-one and blazed it over the bar. They had a few half chances in the second half. We had nothing. We didn't have anything. There was nothing from us. we didn't get near their goal in the second half, which was incredibly disappointing because what was working in the first 45, we couldn't do the crosses, we couldn't do it, we couldn't get up the pitch. Creswell couldn't get up the pitch. Kudus Bowen couldn't get near Antonio. It was just Moyes was 1-up on Alonso in the first half, but I think Alonso took it back to make it 1-1 in the second half in the dugout battles, and Moyes didn't really have a response to Alonso's response, if you know what I mean. There was nothing from us, and that's why I've been left feeling a little bit disappointed at the end, because at halftime I believed we were going to do it. We were that good in the first 45, so I've come away a little bit disappointed. Their goal, look, there's a massive slice of luck. Frimpong cuts in on his left foot, hits Creswell, wrong foots Fabianski completely. It's just one of them. It's just, it's nobody's fault per se. The players were knackered at this point, and it's gone in. But I'm still proud of the boys tonight, and across both legs, I thought we gave it everything, and we left everything out on the pitch. It's just squad depth. Both ties, the bench has made a difference for Leverkusen, and we've not had one to make a difference tonight. And it's frustrating, really, and it's quite sad because we haven't gone out with a whimper per se. The scoreline would suggest we have, but at halftime we had it. We had a lot to go on, and I just felt like in the second half there was just nothing from us. We were just tired. The players were knackered. They were absolutely knackered, and there was no options. Now we're going to discuss the referee, and I know a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, you're blaming the referee." That referee was horrific. He was absolutely horrific. 5 of our players got booked tonight. Not one was for a foul. Not one player was booked for a foul tonight. They were all for dissent. I mean, Zuma got booked for being the captain and trying to communicate with the referee. Sufal got booked for don't know what. Bowen got booked for complaining about being fouled. Antonio got booked for squaring. Now, I've got no issue with that one, to be fair, but he got booked for squaring up with Jonathan Tah. Souček got booked for pushing Palacios away when he was time wasting. That referee was horrendous. But it's not even the bookings that I've got an issue with. Antonio can sometimes be a bit divey, right? Tonight, he wasn't. Antonio was up for the battle. He was getting thrown off the ball. At one point, he got booted by Tapsoba in the second half. It's either a corner or a free kick. He gave a goal kick. The bloody linesman did. It wasn't just the referee. That linesman on the west stand in front of the dugouts, he was in on it as well. Gave us nothing. The most obvious throw-in for us didn't give us it, and that's what a minute before that was when Bowen got booked, and that's why Sufal and Zuma got booked, because the most blatant West Ham throw-in ever. Nothing. Antonio got nothing. He was getting dragged down by those players in the second half. Nothing whatsoever. I was worried. I've seen Antonio lose his head before. I remember being at that game at the St. Mary's in the 90th minute when he just flew into somebody on a second booking and got sent off. He did well to keep his head tonight, Antonio, because I would have forgiven him if he wanted to thump that referee, quite frankly, because he gave him nothing whatsoever. But stuff like that wears you down as a footballer. When the ref gives you nothing, it grinds you down. You almost give up a little bit. And I thought Antonio did. It looked like, at one point, he looked like he was just weeping in the middle of the pitch. The referee was just nothing. Just diabolical. Honestly, he was absolutely diabolical. And I felt really sorry for Michail, because I thought he was superb tonight. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. And in that second half, he was up for it and he was doing the right things, but the referee just gave him absolutely nothing whatsoever. I couldn't stand that referee. I'm not blaming him for us going out tonight. I'm not blaming him. I'm just blaming him for being crap and ruining, in particular, Michail Antonio for that game in the second half especially. It was almost like, oh, look, this guy's doing quite well. Let's stifle his game. Right, I'm going to continue talking. I'm not finished chatting away yet. Don't get me wrong. A couple of individual players. But before I do that, I just want to say a massive thank you to 3 people. Johnny, thank you for the super chat. He said, thanks for the content and watch along. Johnny, thank you for tuning in. Couldn't be possible. Johnny also said, I hate it because it was an incredible performance from the... I hate to say it, sorry, because it was an incredible performance from the boys, but January and lack of depth killed us. Ref was rubbish. Moyes was rubbish, but the players were on fire. That's Johnny's opinion. And thank you to Fortunes Down Under TV, a really good YouTube channel. They've just started. I haven't watched all their videos, but the ones I have watched, I've thoroughly enjoyed. Go check them out and just type Fortune Hiding Down Under TV into your YouTube search bar and go and subscribe to them. West Ham fans, good channel. They've said, what a performance from our lads. I just really wish we used the bench for energy. It's been unreal. It's the hope that kills you. Good morning, everyone from Brisbane in Australia. So, especially if you're an Aussie Hammer, make sure you get subscribed to that YouTube channel. Thank you for the super chat to Johnny and Hammers Down Under. Yeah, I think, listen, I had hope today with Bowen coming back, and then it turned into belief at halftime, and it sort of sucker punched me a little bit. I'm hoping tomorrow morning when I wake up, I'm feeling a little bit. Got a bit of mojo ahead of the Crystal Palace game on Sunday because it's given me a bit of belief. After Fulham, I was really low. I was really grumpy after the Fulham game. So I'm hoping tonight can just give me an injection of enthusiasm in my backside ahead of Sunday's game. But in regards to tonight, listen, in the first half, nobody had a bad game. I think everybody was brilliant. In the second half, everybody tried. They just couldn't impact the game as much. I think, bearing in mind, Creswell's playing 90 minutes tonight. Ogbona's played just over 45 minutes. I thought, no, not called upon. They're both getting on a bit as well. I thought both of them were faultless, really. They weren't our best players, by the way. I'm just saying it's a difficult scenario to come into. I thought Bowen was fantastic, probably not 100% fit, but I thought he was superb tonight. I thought Antonio was in beast mode, good movement and runs from Kudus, especially in the first half. Ward-Prowse was sensational in the first 45, struggled in the second half, just lack of energy and the lack of the team getting up and helping impress. But I'm proud of the boys tonight. We've given everything, and I've always, when as growing up as a kid and whatever, and people say West Ham, blah blah blah, and you always just say as long winning isn't everything to us. Winning isn't something I was used to as a child watching West Ham. We got relegated, but I always thought as long as the boys give absolutely everything, I don't mind getting beat as long as the other team have to play really well and we give 100%. And we haven't lost tonight, but it feels like one because we're out. I'm proud of them. They gave everything tonight. And if we had a better bench, you don't know. And that goes across both ties, not just tonight. Last week we had to bring Ben Johnson on right wing because we had nobody to bring on for Kudus. Tonight we've had to wait until the 83rd minute. He could have done them earlier, but there's just no belief there. And you look at what Leverkusen are doing with their players, significant difference. And the bench has cost us tonight. And disappointing. Proud but disappointed. I think that's how I can sum it up. But that ref though was just one. Anyway, I'll be live tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So if you're kicking around tomorrow morning at 9 a.m, you feel like joining me and possibly Charlie, hopefully Charlie, if you fancy joining myself and Charlie, where we interact with a live chat and we get your thoughts on the game, it'll be a pleasure to have you. But before you disappear, please, could you drop a like on it by clicking the thumbs up on the video, subscribing to Hammers Chat, and I'll see you at 9 a.m.